learned that the hard way when dealing with different females. Cause I watch how they talk to their mother, you know, they parents and stuff like that. If they don't talk to their parents, if they don't treat their parents with a certain amount of respect, they ain't gonna treat you with no respect.
Let me tell y'all something. You wanna know how your partner or whoever, how they treat you? Watch how they treat their parents and your parents.
But there ain't gonna be too many of them shut ups and shut the hell up. There ain't gonna be too many of that. I don't care.
You know, there's some level of respect now.
I don't care who you think you are or who you claim to be.
I don't care if their mama was a crackhead talking to a damn tree. You don't tell her to shut up, or the father. No matter what you think about him. He probably won't even tell his own mama to shut up. Some people will treat your parents like shit, and then they scared of their own parents. They
and I know quite a few people that's like that too.
They'll talk to your parents what they really want to say to their parents, but they won't dare to do it. So they take it out on your parents. Man.
But like I said, there ain't gonna be too many of them shut the F's ups and all this other stuff, or calling her a bitch and whatever. And he was a flamboyant.
He went on flamboyant ones, and he's sitting there.
Probably
like what?
Pop the piss in the window.
Probably don't. He probably don't.
The snakehead. But you know.
And then he said something about, no, he was in the closet, I wasn't, or some shit he said on that show.
But all fairness, he playing you out too.
Yeah. Oh, he was the one in the closet, I wasn't. He probably was blackmailing him though. Threatening to tell. That's probably why he got on the show.
But like I said, I don't want to get too caught up in the gay thing, cause that's another story.
Someone be blackmailing. They be blackmailing like crazy.
But the thing is, we need to stop airing out dirty laundry out there, because them white people don't care about you.
No, they don't.
They don't care about you.
Just exploiting us. You just.
And then we fall into for the bait.
You just holding us back even more.
And they think we're getting somewhere because we're on TV. TV don't get you nowhere. Because then you got to come back to your hood or wherever you from, and they still gonna they still gonna look at you as, you know. Because I met a couple of people that been on TV, been exploited. It makes them. I mean, it doesn't make them look any different than what they supposed to be. If anything, all it does is make you look more like a fool. But like I said, them white people, they don't care about you.
And not just in your local area or just across the country, but all around the world. People will see you. All around the world.
Like you want to get into politics. You want to get into certain things. You want to climb the corporate ladder.
Or if their kids get older and want to get into that. They gonna be like, isn't that your parents?
You know, and they will.
Y'all don't think about that shit. Isn't that your mama on TV? And she brought like 30 guys to see if those are your daddies.
Oh, sure. Then we even gotta go that. I mean, go that later on in life. It could be like when they're in kindergarten. Kids are cruel.
They're more honest.
Kids are very cruel. He said that's why your mom don't have no baby. You know, your mom.
You don't got a daddy or whatever. Yeah.
And don't let them get mad at you.
Oh yeah.
Cause they will blow your spot up.
Oh yeah. Cause when I was younger, when certain kids used to mess with me, and I know they ain't had no that their father was in their life, I used to throw that in their face. Because I had a mother and father that was together, that was married. When they be fuck with me and I tell them to leave me alone and they keep messing with me, I'll be like, at least I got a mommy and daddy in the house. And they shut up. They be getting mad too. So I told you to leave me alone.
But the fact is, it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time. And you think these white people care about your well-being? And like we said before, ain't no white man should not ever tell you how to raise your own children.
And really look at their faces. Look at them hoes. Look at their faces.
They don't give
and
a
think
fuck.
about this before you think about calling up to get on their show. Think about this. Would they ever really invite you to their home? Break bread with them? Would they allow you to date one of their children or allow your children to play with their kids? And when they grow up, do you think they will allow their kids to date your child? Hell no, they wouldn't. Hell no.
Sure.
Look at their faces. Really, I really be watching them. Look at their faces. They disgusted by y'all. But y'all making them rich.
And they only tolerate us because we're making them money. We're making them money. You see, you tolerate certain things, especially when it comes to like when money is involved. But when money ain't involved, they ain't your friend.
Then I used to hear when the talk show games first started coming on, I used to hear some of them be actors or actresses or something like that. But now they don't even need that.
So we doing the bidding for them. And then you watching Maury Povich and all these other shows yelling like you're you're a wild ass.
You are not the father. You are not the father. No. No, first they'll be like, "You're the daddy. You're the daddy." You look at his eyes. Look at his nose. Look at his nose.
I'm 1,000,000,000% sure.
I'm 1,000,000,000% sure. You are not the father. Rolling on the floor, running in the bed, hiding, covering their face up. Don't cover your face up now. You wasn't doing that when you was spreading your legs. Getting your nut on. You wasn't doing all that then. You should have been running then.
Yeah, right.
You should have been doing all that then. Before then. It's done.
I mean, you're a mother now. Now what are you going to do?
That's all you have to say. Gotta add anything else?
Like, okay, like you said, it's done. They crying. I used to have sympathy for these women. Now I don't. And the reason why I don't have sympathy for these women, because first of all, you made a conscious decision to have sex with that person. You had a conscious decision. Now you got to deal with that decision. And the sad part about it, when the guy turned out not to be the father, and then you got these women that want to come back on there, back and forth on that show, to find out who the father is. I'm like, you don't know who you having sex with? And you got to look at Maury Povich's show fake. I mean, Povich.
All of them. All of them.
Or most of them anyway, but they looking at us like these poor suckers. They're a bunch of niggas with no direction. And that's what they want. They want us to not know who we, their goal is to break our family tree down. They continuously doing that, and we're willing to let them do it. It's a willingness. We doing it willingly. I mean, it's like you got the courts system that's messing up our family. You got the state agency. Nowadays, I mean, in the state of New Jersey, they so quick to call DIFAS on us. One slight imperfection. I mean, one slight imperfection. Like we spank our kid on the butt or on the hand, let them know, let me tell you something, don't do that again. Oh, you shouldn't hit a child. That's why these kids are bad now.
Yep.
I mean, you got teenage. I mean, some of these teenagers, I gotta look at them a certain way. Like, you better watch yourself. Or they'll say something out of the way, and I'm like, who you talking to? They don't know how to talk to people. They have no respect for life. And some of them you can't mouth off on because they strapped. They ain't gangs. They're affiliated with gangs. I mean, when I was growing up, I ain't had to put up with that crap. But now we do. Now, I mean, back then, we get into a fight, we use our fists. Now they use guns. Because they're afraid of getting hit. Now, now they being more of a punk. They call themselves a man with that gun, but you really a punk. Because a real man will settle their differences with their hands if need be. And I'm not saying going around punching people in the face. That's not what makes you a man. What makes you a man is dealing with your problems head on, no matter how difficult it is. And sometimes, sometimes I don't want to deal with certain things. It can be real difficult, but then you got to deal with them. Because if you don't deal with them, it ain't going to get better. Because if you don't deal with them, it's going to get worse. If you deal with them, you have a chance for making it better. And then it's dealt with. But then you got these mothers coming back on these talk shows trying to find out who the father is, grabbing these random men, and they still walk around empty-handed. No child, no father, just being mother and father. Which means you ain't keeping track of who you sleeping with. Which also means that you're being a whore. And you're out of control.
It was one woman. She bought, I think, 30 men.
That's a lot of men.
And none of them was the father.
So that's
you mean to tell me you slept with all those men within your cycle in a short amount of time?
Running wild. I'm surprised none of them have an STD or do they?
Most likely some of them probably do. Because it's like, about 2 or 3 every 5 or something like that. Most likely, out of those 30, most likely at least 15, no, about maybe 10 of them probably do.
And it's like they're not even scared.
Or more.
They're not even scared. When I first heard about AIDS being introduced, and I was like 12 or 13 years old at that time. That was back in 1983, 1984, or 85, the latest. I was scared to have sex. Though I wanted it, but I was scared because I don't know that person. You don't know who you screwing.
Well, we went over our time. You had anything else to add before I go?
All I'm saying is stop being exploited by somebody that's not your race.
Well, on that note, there you have it. This is Angelic Warrior 31, and I'm out.